Hey everyone, welcome to week 14 of the Ncaa college football season. Getting toward the end, I hate to see it. Still got some exciting games to go this week and also some championship games, which I'm looking forward to. Last week, ended up 4-2. I think I missed A&M LSU. Wow, LSU just dominated them on the defense. A&M did not look good. And I also missed the UCLA Arizona State game. UCLA was close, just couldn't get that last score. So, not a bad week, 4-2, I'll take it. This week, we've got some really good games, so let's get started. First game, we've got Ohio State favored by 16 points going on the road to Michigan. One of the bigger rivalries in college football. Michigan has really not held up their part this year. They've played decent in the last couple weeks. Close loss to Nebraska. One at Northwestern, which isn't a lot. Northwestern's lost 7 in a row. One on the road, I think, to Iowa. I always, in the games like this, with this big of a point spread, I usually like to go with the underdogs. But Michigan really worries me. They haven't looked like the same team. I don't know why this year. With Ohio State, they're playing for a chance to go to the national championship. Right now, they're third in the BCS. They're going to need to win out and hope that probably Alabama loses, because I just don't see Florida State losing either to Florida or to Duke, if that's who they play in the championship game. So I really think Ohio State, even though it's a rivalry game, I look for them to really try and win this game big to try and get some more points for the voters. So give me Ohio State in this game, minus 16. The next game, speaking of the Florida State, we've got Florida State favored by 28 points going on the road to Florida. I don't know if there's much to be said here. Florida, not the same team. Lost at home to Georgia Southern. Florida State on a roll, playing some of the best football right now in the country. 28 points, not a problem. I like Florida State here. Next, we've got the Iron Bowl. Probably one of the biggest Iron Bowl games they've had. Alabama favored by 11 points going to Auburn. I look at this game, you've got an Auburn rushing attack, number one in the SEC, one of the top 5 in the country. You've got Alabama, the number 1 rush defense. I think that's going to be a key factor on how this game goes. Auburn's going to get some runs. They're going to make some ground there, but they're going to have to be able to pass the ball. And I think they showed against Georgia they're able to do that. They don't do it a lot because they don't have to, but I think Auburn can do enough here to stay close. I like Alabama to win this game. I like Auburn to keep it close. So give me Auburn plus 11. Next, another big rivalry, my home state. So my brother tells me about this rivalry all the time. A lot of hatred in this rivalry. We've got Clemson favored by 4 points going to South Carolina. South Carolina's won the last, I think, 4 in this series, even though Clemson leads the overall series, I believe. South Carolina at home against Clemson as a dog. I can't see it. I like South Carolina not only to cover this game, I like them to win this game. Clemson, they're one big game this year at home besides Georgia. First week, I'll give them credit for that. Against Florida State, they lost like 52-14. You got to expect they're going to really want to come out and win this game. You hate to lose 5 in a row to your rival, but I like South Carolina at home here. Connor Shaw, last home game, great career he's had. So give me South Carolina plus 4. Next, we've got Texas A&M after that disappointing loss going on the road to Missouri. Missouri's favored by 5. I look at this game. I can't imagine where Johnny Manziel can play like he did last week again this week. 2 weeks in a row, I don't see it being possible. The one thing you do have to be concerned about with Manziel is the injury. Supposedly his hand might be a little banged up. That may have affected him last week, although I think it was really just the defense of LSU and the way they approach him. That's 2 years in a row they've really done a good job of shutting him down. Missouri, you would think more pressure's on them. Win this game, you get to the SEC. You win the SEC East, you get the SEC title game. But all year they've really shown that it doesn't. They have something to prove this year. They want to prove they belong in this conference. 5 points is a lot to me at home. Missouri seems to struggle against mobile quarterbacks. You can go back and look at the game they lost against South Carolina. They were up 17-0 in the fourth quarter. Connor Shaw came in. He's a little more mobile than Dylan Thompson. The passing game, the screen game, which Missouri can be susceptible to, really hurt us that game. I think Davis had like 9 catches for 90-some yards in that game, most of it in the second half. But I like Missouri at home to cover 5 and get that shot at either Alabama or Auburn. I'm thinking Alabama to possibly have a chance. Doubt it will happen, but have a chance to play for a national title. And last but not least, we've got UCLA going on the road, across the street, whatever you want to call it, to USC. USC's favored by 3.5. USC, Ed Orgeron's done a great job with this program since Kiffin was let go, which was a great move by Pat Hayden. USC's favored by 3.5 here. They've been playing really well. UCLA's been a little banged up, but I like UCLA in this game to cover 3.5. So that's my picks for this week. Next week we'll have the championship games, maybe the Navy-Army game. I think that's next week also. There might be some Big 12 scores because they don't have a championship game. They just play each other all season. So maybe we'll throw one of them in there, but I don't know if there's any good games. But that's it, guys. We'll see you next week. Go Tigers.